Did it really have to be Patrick who got the winner? I think we'd still be playing if Saros had played. Rene was just so tired. You know? Right? I think I'll go look and see if there's any catfish left in the fridge. Don't do as Penguins fans did. Remember to cook it this time. I'm not looking after you if you get food poisoning again. Hey, Preds Nation. The Nashville Predators lose the Stanley Cup to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 6 games. 6. Now, where have I heard that number before? The ultimate dream we all hoped for was not achieved, but that's not to say that the team and us as a fan base shouldn't be proud of what was accomplished this year. Come the first home game next season, a banner will be hung at Bridgestone Arena. Not the one we all wanted, but noteworthy, just the same. If you went by preseason projections alone, this team was supposed to make it this far into the playoffs. And though racked by injuries throughout the season, they managed to squeak in as the 16th of 16 teams to make the playoffs. But let's remember, as the 16th team of those 16 teams, they didn't just roll over and die. They swept the Chicago Blackhawks. The Preds told the league they came to play this spring with that first round performance. From there, they thought to be one of 2 teams to fight for Lord Stanley's Cup, but it didn't come easy. Heck, on the day I record this, injury news has been released on key members of the Preds roster. James Neal, who got the winner in Game 1 versus Anaheim, suffered a hand injury earlier in that game. Captain Mike Fisher was kept out of Game 5 and 6 versus Anaheim due to a concussion. Craig Smith suffered from a high ankle sprain, and Colin Wilson suffered through hamstring issues. I, for one, will be curious to see Ryan Ellis' season-ending health report. On the bright side, Kevin Fiala and Ryan Johansson look to be healed and should be ready to go for training camp come September. And though the Pittsburgh Penguins suffered from injuries as well, they were the more experienced team, and it showed in this series. After doing so in the first 3 rounds, what ultimately hurt the Nashville Predators in the Stanley Cup final, I think, was not getting a split in Pittsburgh in the first 2 games. It forced them to win the next 2 at home, and it ultimately took too much out of them for the remaining 3 games of the series. What's going to be most important next year is staying healthy throughout the regular season as much as possible so that they finish no worse than in the second hole of the Central Division come time for the playoffs. They'll need to have a series or 2 where they can start the playoff round at home and take stress off of having to win home games later on. This team, no team really, should count on starting on the road in 4 straight playoff series and expect that they're going to be able to win the Stanley Cup. If the Predators stay healthy, and with this lineup, seeing if everyone gets re-signed and everything in the offseason, I see no reason why, with this playoff experience that they just got, they shouldn't finish worse than second in the Central next season. Now, I'm not going to ignore the elephant in the room, that is the NHL officiating. The officiating was far from perfect this series, as it was throughout the entire playoff. I know games 1 and 6 of the Stanley Cup Final will linger with Preds fans for a while, and ultimately, teams win or lose playoff series on their own. NHL officiating has got to be better next season, and I'll get into that whether or not rules change or don't change come the offseason. Overall, this was a great and entertaining season. Preds Nation who live in Smashville and surrounding areas, I hope you feel proud for the part you played in showing my friends in Vancouver that Nashville is indeed a hockey town. I feel fortunate that I was able to see 3 games in person this season. I was at the Intent to Blow game in Vancouver, and along with family, I was at 2 games at Bridgestone Arena in March. I want to take this brief opportunity for those who found this channel at the beginning or just recently. Thank you for watching this run with me. I've been a Preds fan from day one when I was in 10th grade in high school. I wasn't really raised on sports, and when Nashville was awarded a franchise, I was, and still am, a country music fan, so I thought it would be cool to root for a team from its inception so that at moments like this, I would really enjoy it. Moving forward, I would like to keep this channel going and Nashville Predators based. I'll provide updates when need be throughout the off-season of any roster moves, the upcoming expansion draft, and the NHL draft. By the way, I have no idea what David Poile is going to do or who George McPhee is going to take. All I know is if a deal is going to be made, it's not going to be easy this time. For sure! But anyways, I'm not going to wait until next spring to put out new material. But at the same time, with the time it takes to create and upload new material, I don't know if I'll be able to do game-to-game fan reaction videos like you see with other teams. But what I am considering, especially because there's 20 years of material to work with, is a weekly segment called This Week in Predators History to help new fans and longtime fans like myself remember this team's past. I look forward to talking to you again soon and seeing where things go with this channel. So that's it for this video. Hit like if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Canuck for Liberty, and I'll talk to you all next week.